I think I have to share this story of mine. Fear both genders, but fear men always. He contacted me on my business page on Instagram. It was around 11 p.m. when I was about to sleep. Normally, I would just ignore him and answer later in the morning, but he was talking about business, so I replied quickly. He said, "I thought you'd be sleeping by now." "Yeah, I was about to sleep, and your message came in." We chatted for a few minutes and he made some orders he wanted delivery the next day. And then he said, "I don't know what I will do to get you to deliver them yourself. So you tell me. You are so nice. I want to see the kind of person that you are." The next day, I was at the location he gave me, a shop in town. A gentleman who had a smile of a flower and a beautiful set of teeth. He looked into my eyes and I looked back until he dropped his gaze. He signaled me to sit next to him in his car. We talked. He asked me about business. He asked about the economy and how I was managing. He offered to buy me lunch and I accepted. By the time the food arrived, we had talked over an hour. A few days later, he called. He said, "I don't have money to place an order, but does this mean we can't talk?" We started a friendship which later led to "I love you" and give me some time to think about it. He was impatient. He wanted to see me every day. He wanted to talk to me every day. He was always scheduling a date I didn't want to attend. One day, he begged me to visit him and I did. He told me he was taking me home to see where he lived. We got to a fuel station and he entered to buy fuel. He asked the attendant to fill his tank for him. He tried paying with Momo but was facing issues. He turned and asked if I had money on to pay so he could give it to me when we got to his place. The total amount was 765 GH. I paid. It was around 6 p.m. when we got to his house. A very nice place where he said he has been living just for a week. Everything looked new. He cooked for me and served it with wine. While eating, he kept encouraging me to drink more of the wine. The wine was really sweet but alcoholic. I didn't want to risk it. By 8 p.m., I told him, "I'm leaving." This guy said no. I had to spend the night with him. He was literally on his knees begging me not to leave. He said, "Can't you see this place is empty? I need a woman like you here. This loneliness is spying me. Please don't leave." After I made him assure me that he wasn't going to be naughty, I accepted to sleep over. The next issue was how to get clothes and some toiletries. We dropped out of the house to a shop nearby to get those things. By the time I realized, this guy has bought a cart of full things. I'm only spending a night with him, so why all these groceries? I asked myself. When we got to the POS, he slapped his head and screamed, "Fuck!" I asked why, and he told me he forgot his wallet at home. He asked if I could pay so he could pay later. Bells started ringing in my head, but I was like, he doesn't need my money. See his car and house. Fortunately, the amount in my Momo was only 600 GH, but the things he picked cost 1,200 GH. He asked, "Didn't you bring your ATM? They accept debit cards." I shook my head. I wasn't lying. We stood there while he was thinking about what next to do. I started feeling embarrassed, so I told him to return the things. He made 2 calls asking them to send him money. The last one agreed to send him half the amount, so he asked me to also send the 600 GH I have in my wallet to him, and I did. We stood there for over 15 minutes. The guy who promised to send the money didn't send it. I angrily pushed the cash back and asked him to leave with me. He was reluctant, but we walked out of the shop and drove back home without anything. Not even a toothbrush. He apologized for the embarrassment until we got home. I bathed without a sponge, washed my panty and slept in my old dress. The next morning we cooked, ate and got ready to leave his place. I was waiting for him to give me my money. He told me he didn't have physical cash, but once he's able to fix the issues with his Momo, he will refund and add extra to it. You guys, what do you think is going to end it? Let me go and look for part 2. I'm coming. Guess what, guys? I'm about to go live now. Come live, let's call your partner and give them a lovely message, and also ask them to confirm your name. Maybe they'll confirm your name or not. Let's go.